If the road to hell is paved with good intentions, compromises on principles are the streetlights. There is no greater evidence of this than the rollout of 5G. There are those who thought it was going to be some new era being ushered in that would see advances in medicine and bomb disposal and a new, more connected world that can work for the betterment of all. Nothing could be further from the truth, because that's what the big selling point of the internet was. And what has it caused? More division. One of the greatest mistakes man makes is to judge policies and programs and progress by its intentions rather than the results. Milton Friedman. This is some prescient wisdom. Something happened today that's going to have long-term effects. People are going to look back and go, how did we not see this coming? Now, I've talked for the last month about Bitcoin. I'm not going to get deep into it today. The whole idea of the blockchain, the network being the future. Of course, the good intention being what? The democratization of currency. Because the evil, terrible, horrible dollar and governments blah, 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 blah. Well, as it continues to collapse, they're going to get desperate. And they're going to try to find ways to save it. And they're going to compromise their principles. Now, the specific details of this, I can only speak about at Patreon. We've been talking about psychological operations over there, but this is a whole new level. What the network guys are going to try to pull is going to be something that's going to be breathtaking. Thank goodness we've been able to partner with Vimeo and do videos like that, because I just don't think they would be allowed here on YouTube, because it's that bad. Being in command of your mind, the negativity bias, the Dunning-Kruger effect, the halo effect, all of these things are going to be critically important in the future. Having a command of them isn't going to be an option. You're going to need to have this weapon in your arsenal. If you don't, they're just going to take you out. So join us. Chaos in the skies averted for now as 5G switches on. See, there's a whole bunch of stories out there talking about, 5G is going to do this, or 5G has already done that, and I feel this and I feel that, and it's causing this problem and that problem. They don't know what the real story is. Major airlines change flights to U.S. over 5G dispute, especially the Emiratis, or the Emirates, however you pronounce that. You see, they only fly these two aircraft, the Airbus and the 777, the A380. And these two are very susceptible to the radiation that interferes with the altimeters. Trust me, it'll only take one event with one of these aircraft, and they'll shut it down. But the Bitcoin people love 5G. All of the Bitcoin people love 5G. And this is why. I know this looks creepy, and you think, man, there's no way. It's happening. It's already happening. And this is how they're going to roll it out. See, they're not going to roll it out like this right away. Robots with humans. Transhumanism. They're going to roll it out like this. Helium to launch 5G network with blockchain-powered mesh of DIY telco hubs. It's like, oh gosh, that sounds kind of geeky, but not really all that threatening. What are they talking about here? It's called the Internet of Things. Helium, a technology that uses blockchains and tokens to incentivize consumers and small businesses to run commercial telecommunications hubs, is launching a 5G version of its network. This is really geeky crap right here, but basically the idea is this. It's peer-to-peer Internet of Things, these sensors, which are used for applications like keeping tabs on e-bikes, scooters, or smart pet collars, have gone from 0 hotspots in 2019 to almost 30,000 a day. You see, this is what makes 5G possible now. Scientists develop electronic skin. With enhanced tactile feedback, the patch allows an operator to control a robot remotely and feel what it feels. Researchers in China have developed a wireless flexible skin patch that enables the exchange of tactile stimuli between a human operator and a robot, crafted by a team of scientists from City University of Hong Kong, Dalian University of Technology, Tsinghua University, and the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. The device is sensitive enough to capture movement and stress factors, for instance, twisting and turning. While there is already technology that allows humans to operate robots remotely, what makes this electronic skin patch stand out is the fact that it is far less bulky, easier to handle, and last but not least, apparently provides more feedback than its predecessors. Now, wait till you hear the example they use. Patches are placed on the operator's joints with sensors reacting when a patch is bent and sending the corresponding signal to the robot directly via Bluetooth or alternatively through a local network, Internet of Things, or the Internet. The sensors are made of piezo-resistive materials, the electrical resistance of which changes when subjected to mechanical stress, thus allowing the capture of the operator's movements. Now, here's where things get off the rails. The system allows two-way feedback, as similar sensors are attached to parts of the robot. Why would the robot, never mind, need to... Anyway, signals are sent over to the electronic skin where they activate tiny magnets that vibrate at different frequencies corresponding to the pressure applied. So sensitive is the device that the operator can tell between softer and harder pieces of rubber held by a robot, the researchers claim. Golly, I wonder what particular method they used to figure that out. So sensitive is the device that the operator can tell between softer and harder pieces of rubber held by a robot, the researchers claim. This is just unbelievable. With the use of Bluetooth, the feedback signals are delivered in an impressive 4 microseconds, with that figure increasing manifold when operating through a 5G Wi-Fi network, according to the article. However, regardless of how the data is transmitted, the delay is below the 550 microseconds an average human takes to react to tactile stimuli anyway, meaning they'll be better. The device's battery allows for more than an hour of non-stop work. While in standby mode, it can last for up to 2 weeks. There are jokes just writing themselves, literally as we read the article. And I'm going to try to read this last sentence with a straight face. I've tried 10 times, and I haven't been able to. Although still a prototype, the system could come in handy down the road, with bomb disposal and radioactive waste cleanup being just some of the areas where robotic assistance would likely be appreciated. I just can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm just going to go ahead and leave this, and you guys can just laugh at me for laughing. Yes, that's right. The system could come in handy. They've been talking about this. They've been talking about this for a long time. And this is what 5G is all about. People thought the internet was going to be fantastic for educational purposes. And people will be able to communicate, and it'll be so much more convenient. What was the internet really all about when it started and now? What this is going to allow people to do is have robots in their home and have another person in another literal country, possibly, with another robot or different devices where they can be with that person's version of their own robot. I mean, they can make these dolls hyper realistic and look like anybody. And two people, just through their robots, it's just unbelievable. See, Houston, Texas, actually had a plan to roll out a robot brothel. And thankfully, the people of Houston got wind of what was going on, and they shut it down. But they almost had one going here. It's all over South America, by the way. Colombia, primarily. Huge business down there. But now with 5G and this technology, what's coming is going to make Sodom and Gomorrah look like a monastery. You see, that's what the networks are all about. How do you think they're going to be paying for it? That's right. Cryptocurrency. And if anything saves cryptocurrency, it's going to be the advent of that. The new era of that side of the net is coming. Human race might die out. I'll leave it there. God bless. Have a wonderful week. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys tonight on Twitch.